18 million. So clearly a little bit of work to get done, but the reason there's no panic, there's no rush to get that done, is because the EFL deadline is the 16th of October. We're also hearing in the last few moments some information from my colleague Lyle Thomas, and he says that we're being told that there is another unknown centre-back that Tottenham are looking at before the 16th. We'll try and get you more information on that as things develop. But clearly an area of concern. They've been frustrated in their efforts to get Milan Skriniar and Antonio Rudiger in this window, but certainly Joe Rodon of Swansea is someone of very much of interest.
Okay, Paul, and outgoings, can you bring us up to date on that?
I suppose the highlight, Jim, is really around something that hasn't happened, and that is Dele Alli will stay at Tottenham after some doubt about his future. PSG having those 2 loan bids rejected earlier in the window. Tottenham were adamant all along he would stay at the club, that they would not loan him or sell him, so it's one to keep an eye on in the next couple of months. Let's just see what happens with Dele Alli, how much game time he gets, how he responds to the pressure Jose Mourinho puts on his players to be winners, to turn them into a team that can challenge for trophies. So other outgoing, Serge Aurier will stay at the club, having looked like he could well move earlier in the window, and also Danny Rose and Paulo Gazzaniga, 2 players who could well have moved today, are also staying put. Ryan Sessegnon is a Hoffenheim player, at least until the end of the season. He's on loan, and earlier today he spoke about his move to Germany.
I'm very excited to get going. You know, it's a club that produces young players into big players in one of the most competitive leagues in the world. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here and can't wait to get going. To come here and play a lot of games, you know, and to get minutes under my belt, develop under a good manager as well. So yeah, can't wait to get going.
So there we have it, Jim. No need for a deal sheet at Tottenham tonight, but they are trying to sign that 7th player of the summer, of the window.
Okay, Paul, thank you very much indeed. We shall find out the state of play at Tottenham, probably the other side of the deadline. Harry, Chelsea and West Ham in talks, and this is a late one, a late loan deal for centre-back Tomori, Fikayo Tomori. So Chelsea and West Ham in talks there.
Good signing.
Yeah?
Be a good signing. Pace. Yeah. What a good loan that would be.
Yeah.
Surprised Frank's letting him out. To be honest with you, I thought he might... I mean, a year ago he was in the England squad, wasn't he?
Sure,
got in
good
the England
point.
squad, Tomori.
Less than 8.5 minutes to go, Harry. A lot happens in the time left, believe me. 8 minutes is a long time for deals to get done, Jess. Doesn't sound like it, but it's true. Let's go to Ben Ransom, who's in Manchester City. Ben, what have you got?
Well, Jim, I can tell you that we've been waiting, haven't we, all day, really, to see whether Barcelona would match Manchester City's valuation and be able to do a deal for Eric Garcia, a player that Ronald Koeman said he wanted, a player that he said he wanted to go to Barcelona, a player that doesn't want to be at Manchester City. He's entering the final year of his contract. However, I have been told in the last few minutes that Manchester City now accept that deal is not going to happen. Barcelona did not meet their valuation. I think it got up to around £16 million in total tonight, but it didn't get close to the 20 or so million pounds that Manchester City wanted. So despite the fact he's entering the final year of his contract, Eric Garcia will be here at Manchester City until next summer.
Okay, Ben, thank you very much indeed. There is the clock, Harry. It is ticking, and less than 7 minutes, 15 seconds to go. I am hearing, what am I hearing? Manchester United might have one more to announce. Ooh. Manchester United might have one more to announce, so we'll hang fire for that. Harry, I want to throw something at you. You know Baz, big West Ham fan. We see him, remember we used to see him at Upton Park, and we see him at the London Stadium. They're not too happy about being at the London Stadium, but anyway, saying on one hand, brilliant news, we've kept Declan Rice, West Ham, yeah, great. But he's also saying, Jim, bounce this off, Harry. As it stands, we have a squad of 20. 3 are goalkeepers, 3 are left backs, 2 are strikers, 7 are wingers. So, I mean, he's saying...
wingers?
Seven are wingers, he says. Leaves 2 are strikers, leaves us 5 players. He said 3 central midfielders left at the football club, and he says, we're short, we're short.
Well, if they're short, they've got to do something about it. You know, I mean, I haven't looked at their squad. Is all I do know. They managed to keep Declan Rice, which was a big keep. And
that was crucial, wasn't it?
If they can get Tomori on loan, Jimmy, it'd be a fantastic. I think it'd be a good signing.
Yeah,
a strong signing for him because he could play in a free at the back. You know, where they've played like that occasionally lately. I think it'd be a big bonus for the club if they get him in.
We are still waiting, Jess, for news from Arsenal. We knew this would be very late. I'm pretty darn sure it will be late. In actual fact, we'll probably get news around the deadline itself. Where are we at now? We've got 5 odd minutes to go, just under 6 minutes to go. Thomas Partey is going to be well late, but they signalled their intention anyway to get Partey in when they triggered the release clause. So it's happening behind the scenes.
I'm sure it'll get done.
As soon as they do that for 45 minutes, for 45 million, we know they're very, very serious.
And that'd be an interesting one, as you say, Man United making another signing. If they do, who could that be? Are they going to surprise us with a surprise packet at the last minute?
Yeah.
They need to. The fans aren't happy with the lack of signings, I think, and the lack of activity in this window. But just looking at Arsenal, they bring in Partey. Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Is that the answer that Arsenal need at the moment? Can that help them challenge the likes of Liverpool, the likes of City?
No, they're still well short of that. Still well short of chat. For me, I don't see them challenging Liverpool, Man City. I know the Arsenal fans won't like it. I still see Tottenham being in front of Arsenal.
We don't want to dampen down the bonfire tonight, but you get reservations, it's fair to say, about Edinson Cavani going into Manchester United. When a player of that nature...
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
He's been on the, he's been touted around for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And suddenly it's the last minute job. They've taken him as though we've got to do something. Let's go for him. But, yeah.
Harry, what's the problem with Manchester United? Do they not have the same appeal that they once had? Because, you look at the scale of the players that they used to bring in.
Yeah.
In 2020, it's just not happening.
But
is that because they're not where they used to be?
It's a massive club, though, isn't it? I mean, Old Trafford, to go there, what a club to go to for a player. But they have brought in players, the boy Fernandes came in and they've spent their 50s and 60s and 70 millions on players.
They're not high profile though. They're not big name stars, are they? Like Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, but he's still only. Is he better than? Is he in the long term? Is he better than Greenwood? I'm not sure he is. I wouldn't like to say. It'd be interesting to see who turns out the best player out of them two. Is he better than Rashford? I'm not sure he is.
Again. For a young player now, lots of interest in him. Very, very good. Manchester United come in for you, but you've also got interest from the likes of City, from Liverpool, even from Spurs, who are probably more likely to get Champions League football. Would you choose United?
Yeah, I mean, Man United's got a special appeal. It's a big club.
Yeah.
It is a great club. Traditionally, it's one of the great clubs in world football. So yeah, I think that you would go there, and I think that if you want to, players will look at it. Will they get Champions League football? I was telling Jim earlier, I lost Eden Hazard. He wanted to come to Tottenham, but he said, I'll only come if you get Champions League football. We finished 4th that year. Chelsea finished 6th. They won the Champions League and we didn't make it. We ended up going to Chelsea. Players, they want Champions League football if they can get it, for sure. So that is a problem.
I think we've seen again, though, Harry, the wisdom of getting your business done early, as Frank has done at Chelsea. They've had a great window. By getting Brenner in, by getting Havertz in, by doing we haven't even seen Ziyech yet. I mean, they did exceptionally well.
Lots of good forward players. I still feel that they're still probably short of a top defender.
Yeah.
In my opinion, to make them, I still feel they're short of a top defender. That's where I'd see them. That's probably why Frank wanted Declan Rice. Maybe he saw him playing centre half.
Yeah.
Where he can play. Maybe that's what he was looking at, but I still feel they're short of one.
Chelsea as well.
One defender.
Goalkeeper situation. What's going to happen with Kepa?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Unhappy goalkeepers around. Too many players around. 4 or 5 unhappy players in the dressing room. Got the don't suddenly that it becomes a difficult job. You can have too many players around, and you've got to leave big names out. They don't respond well. They can cause big problems for you. If that's why he's probably looking to shift a few today if he could, but not too many have gone.
Sure.
No, Man United have got Champions League football, this year, but so it has still got a big core as a football club.
I know you keep your eye on the Scottish scene, Harry. We were talking about Rangers and Celtic earlier. Of course, Rangers and Gerrard have to go all out to stop Celtic winning the magic 10 in a row. Diego Laxalt is in from AC Milan. He has joined Celtic tonight. He's just saying, when I heard it was happening and when I heard it was Celtic, I could not believe it. I'm extremely happy that this has become a reality. Rangers have done something themselves. I mean, Celtic and Rangers, massive club.
You've got a player coming from Milan. He's excited about going to Celtic. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Years ago, if you was at Celtic, you want to, as big as they were, players in Britain who wanted to go to Italy and play. We want to go to Milan. Only the great players went to Italy, didn't they? As soon as it's the Rushes and people like that in their time, you know.
That's right.
But now they want to come here and play, don't they?
Yeah, well, they've got him in. Rangers, meantime, have got themselves a South African midfielder tonight, and he is Bongani Zungu. It's a loan deal with an option to buy. He has a value, Harry, we understand, of about between 3.5 and 4 million.
Good to see a South African boy coming here. We haven't had that many, you know. Lucas Radibi was a great player at Leeds years ago.
Great player.
What a player.
Yeah.
You know, we had some good players.
Pienaar at Everton.
One or two good players. Yeah, I took Pienaar to Tottenham. You know, good player.
Yes.
Good player. So hopefully this kid's a good player as well.
Very few players you haven't worked with, Harry. I have to say.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Harry, this has been wonderful. Stay with us. The other side of the deadline, which is now upon us, will bring you right up to date. Maybe there is one more to come at United. We're keeping an eye on that. And of course, we're keeping an eye on Thomas Partey into Arsenal.